I followed my dreams and opened an antique store to have adventures and spend time as a family. Sometimes you have to climb a mountain and open some new doors to find the treasures inside. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc. Well, good morning again, everyone. So today is a special day. If you recall, a few weeks back or several videos ago, I went out to Vancouver, British Columbia, and met with a very nice man named Vern, who had a fantastically rare car, a 39 McLaughlin Buick, and his one wish was to get it to the museum here in Alberta called the Reynolds Alberta Museum. So today we're making a special trip out to the museum and have a special guest with us. Not just my wife, who's out for the ride. She doesn't come out very often. But we are going to go pick up Vern, who's in town, and we are going to go to the museum because the car made its way here. It's on loan. So let's go pick up Vern and go check the car out. I'm just going to run inside and get Vern.
Okay. Oh, Tollfield. That's not too far, but you know.
Well, you want to go see, how far is Tollfield from here?
Well, we'd like to do it tomorrow, you know. Yeah.
So, as we're here at the museum, what kind of thoughts are going through your head? You're going to see your car.
Well, I'm sitting here with active anticipation, and you know, I've got a visual in mind, but we'll see how that comes out.
Yeah, are you excited?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's been a couple of years since I was here, but now to see the whole show, the whole idea of having a McLaughlin Buick show is wild because it's, to my knowledge, never been done before.
It's going to be at home with all its brothers.
That's right. Yeah, and you'll see the full range, and being the last car to ever say McLaughlin Buick on it. It's, you know, on the hubcaps and on the sill plates, and that's sort of a novelty as well. Knowing that there's only two like it, and I don't know if the 28 Royal car is here, but that would be nice to know too, because I've sat and driven them as well. So. Yeah, I've driven a lot of Royal cars, come to think of it.
Well, let's see how yours shapes up here in the museum.
Yes, okay.
And this is the first time we're going to see the car in its new setting at the Reynolds Museum. Pretty exciting moment, and nice that this could all come together. So it's such an amazing and historic car. So you've been a great caretaker for it. What type of home would you like for it going forward?
Well, I would certainly like to see it in a big museum. An ex-Albertan, I would love to actually see it in the Reynolds Alberta Museum in Wetaskiwin. It's a place where I think it would be very fitting, and it would be well cared for.
Oh, hat's just fine. What do you think of the car sitting there, Vern?
Oh my goodness, there, here. This is just phenomenal. I mean, this is where it has to be.
Yeah, of course.
It seemed to me I said that a short while ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Now it's come to fruition.
There it is.
Thanks to you.
Well, no, it was...
Well, you're definitely a big wedge of the pie, okay?
Well, let's get a picture of you.
Okay.
And the car certainly does look right at home in this new setting at the museum. So here we are at the warehouse where there's tons of other cool stuff that doesn't even make it into the museum. So we're gonna have a little look around and see what there is to see. Nice old Excelsior.
Hey, a Volkswagen.
I see. It's a split window. It looks like it's the truck version. Yeah. Pretty good nick too.
53 Volkswagen Transporter.
57 Chevy. 35 Hupmobile up on the shelves. If you have shelving in your garage, you definitely don't have cars up top, probably. It's crazy. 53 Volkswagen. Original paint. A little dark down here, but this thing's in really good shape.
So it's smashing it, not like it's fast. It's just it's got so much power. It's doing this.
Yeah.
The next thing, I go
It's an
by
Imperial Crown.
37 LaSalle on the hoist, and I can still see the bumper closing in on my leg. And I pull it out. $9 damage to the
Race cars. It's like a 240Z racer right there.
the same color as this.
Yep.
Bricklin.
And then if you got what do you call it?
DeLorean.
Future. Back to the Future.
23.
So this is a prototype 73 Jag XJ12C.
They brought that over to Canada for cold weather testing. So it's been left, or originally of course left, went back to the UK, back to right, and then back to left again. So
So that's why it's here. Brought by Jaguar to Canada to test it in cold weather. And there it sits in a warehouse. Being in this museum warehouse really reminds me of the end scene of Indiana Jones when they take the Ark of the Covenant. You know, they've gone the whole movie to find this great, the Holy Grail, and it gets put into a warehouse. There's so much cool stuff here. And luckily they do allow people to come through on tours of the warehouse, but to me this is a real key part of the museum that I had never seen until today, and I'm so glad I made the trip through. Let's keep looking around. Here's an interesting car.
Typically would be buying the shed.
This is a dual cowl Lincoln. Obviously it needed some restoration. It's got the spots for the windshield. Steering wheel is pretty well shot. Plenty of leg room back here. What year is the Lincoln back here?
27.
27.
It's twin sisters actually in Calgary.
Similar condition or?
No, it's all restored. That was actually, we were contemplating whether or not to do the Winton or the Lincoln in 2000 for a millennial grant, and it was basically been done though.
When you look at the car and the relative size of those wheels, that's
Cord L29.
almost like a truck.
Original paint. Does this one run and drive?
It does. We haven't had it running for quite a while though, so it'll need a lot of work to get it going again. Then our other Royal Connection car is this one here. So 78 Lincoln Continental Town Car supplied by Waterloo Motors for the Commonwealth Games in 1978. So
Amphicar.
this was part of a procession of cars.
Take this right in the water and start floating away. Really inventive little vehicle. This one looks to be in pretty good condition. 1916 Lewis touring car. This is a car you probably wouldn't see every day. Actually, the interior is not terrible. Surprisingly, the interior is really intact, considering it's a open touring car. The back's been gutted at some point. Wooden spoke. Look at the hood on this too. Hey, it's like my old Frontenac.
I saw an ad for a 60 Pontiac. It was an oil company ad, long before the production of the car. Like you get 3 or 5 year lead on some of that stuff. And I thought, now how did they get that? Because it was the 60 Pontiac tail lights.
Overland.
That weird one, 59, the way. But then 60 was neat. And this oil ad is definitely 3 years before production.
This little Rolls Royce hanging out back here.
You know, is it just...
Yeah, how long were they designing that?
And I just thought maybe when they saw an ad like that, think, oops, somebody's got the jump on it. It's taken out. That's an interesting tail assembly. But nobody else really had that sort of extension to go all around.
See what some European makes up here, like the Citroen DS.
This is the older one.
Wow.
So he took this out.
1915 Packard Twin 6.
Gray door days.
Yeah, but the color, it's sort of a combination between military and
Oh, the color, that olive gray Dort.
well, pure Canadian. The Dort was, had the funny thing, I believe the differential on these was brass at one point. And that was something of stripping your Dort. Oh, there we go back there.
Just
If you wanted to start making the sequel to Cannonball Run, there you go. They had the Transcon Medivan, I think is what they called theirs. It was a nice old ambulance. Pretty good shape too. 74 Econoline. And the stuff they have just sitting in the rafters here, like the little car on the bottom there, child size. They've got antique motorcycle sidecar. Little miniature Reeves steam engine up at the top. Stuff that most guys would just dream of having. And there's a nice little, I don't know if that's quarter scale or close to it, probably a working threshing machine in miniature. Neat, neat stuff.
one of two of our 40 LaSalle 50 Series 52s.
40 LaSalle.
Only 75 of these cars produced. We have two. Yeah.
And what would be, maybe there's a dozen left, right? I mean, when you
Half
really
a
dozen,
dozen. Six.
is that it?
That's all we know of.
This looks like an old hearse
This one
back here.
actually is, we're getting rid of this one. This one's going down to the Cadillac LaSalle Museum in the US.
38 Packard Henny hearse.
Design point of view, this was a little bit.
Serial number 93. 1913 Chevy. There's a Cord sitting back there. Beautiful looking car. Coffin nose Cord. Westchester sedan 37. Wouldn't mind driving that home.
That's the one that follows. We actually had a
DeSoto Airflow.
Chrysler.
All these fantastic cars. 1907 Lambert touring car. It's unusual. It looks like a locomotive front on it. It's crazy. Metz Plan Runabout. 1912 Post truck. See, there's a MG race car up top. You can barely make it out. And next to it is a Messerschmitt. Right there. Very unusual little vehicle. Fairly desired by collectors now. Very nice looking 190 SL Mercedes. A Winton 6. Stunning old girl. I think I'm having just as much fun going through the warehouse here as I did the museum. They do offer tours of the warehouse through the summer months and into early fall as well. So if you are interested in seeing the warehouse, you should make sure to stop in or make inquiries, and they might walk you through so you can see all this cool stuff live in person as well. Just amazing.
we got to meet you guys. Or I'm glad I got to meet you both as well.
Oh, that's great.
And what a fun way to end our day at the museum. And how fantastic to know that Vern's car is now a piece of history that's going to be maintained and looked after for many people to see for years to come. But we have one more stop to make, and that's to Vern's hometown to see if his old family farm and his old school are still standing. We're going to head on the highway and go check them. Huh. You all right there? And we have brought Vern out to what seems to be his childhood home. So who's buried out in the cemetery here?
My dad, mother, grandfather, grandmother,
So the-
aunts, uncles.
Whole family.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can find him.
Yeah, this here is sort of...
So we found the plot. We're on the move. And what an adventure this has been. From the west coast of Canada all the way to the prairies here in Alberta, the car will find a wonderful home as it's on loan to the Reynolds Alberta Museum, and I'm sure that many people will be able to come through and see it as I have seen it live in person and know just what a spectacular vehicle and historic vehicle it's been. Thanks so much for watching our update. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.